So let's get started. For my very first video, I would like to discuss the Golden Globes. It's happening on Sunday, 5th of January. It's the very first of the many award-giving bodies that are about to honor and recognize some of the best films and performances of 2019. And as a movie geek, it is actually an event that I can't wait. I'm very much looking forward to it. I love giving my fearless forecasts on who's gonna win. I remember me and my sister would actually do a who should win and who we want to win type of game, and pretty much every year I get some of the major categories right. You can see that there's a trend when it comes to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association's voting style. It's not necessarily the same as how the Oscars results will go. But one thing for sure, Golden Globes, they do love celebrities. They do love the big names. They do love the A-listers. So expect some of the big celebrities taking home a trophy or two. We have Taylor Swift this year. We have Beyonce. We have Elton John. I mean, it does sound like Grammys, to be honest. Meryl Streep is nominated. She broke her own record. So well done, Meryl. We have Brad Pitt, we have Jennifer Aniston, we have Reese Witherspoon, we have Olivia Colman, we have Renee Zellweger, Scarlett Johansson, Joaquin Phoenix. It's jam-packed with celebrities. And that's one thing that I'm very much looking forward to. There's going to be a lot of red carpet moments for sure. But I'm not here to discuss about the gowns and the suits. I'm here to give you my predictions for the major categories. I'm gonna skip the TV part because I'm not a huge TV geek. I watch a certain series, but I don't really follow all of the TV shows that are currently being shown. If I'm going to make some predictions on the TV categories, I think Meryl Streep's going to win Best Supporting Actress, although Helena Bonham Carter for The Crown is a tough contender for that category. I do think the Best Drama Actress category is jam-packed with some of the amazing performances from last year. You have Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show, Olivia Colman for The Crown, you have Nicole Kidman for Big Little Lies, then you have Reese Witherspoon for The Morning Show, and I think Jodie Comer for Killing Eve. So I think it's going to be a tough one. Although I'm predicting it's going to be a toss between Olivia Colman. She's the Golden Globes favorite. She won last year for The Favorite. So I'm not going to be surprised if she takes home the award this year for the TV drama lead actress category. Although I won't be shocked as well if Jennifer Aniston ends up winning it. She is a Golden Globes favorite. She won in the past for Friends. She has a huge celebrity star power. They would want to see her up there in the stage accepting her award. And, it could be a great TV moment to see her winning a Best Actress award. So we'll see. So for this video, I'm going to deep dive into the movies category. So let me take my cheat sheet and let's discuss my predictions for the movie category. And again, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your reactions. If you have any opinions, or if you don't agree in some of my picks, please comment down below. We can have a nice conversation, a little nice debate. And come Sunday night, we'll see if any of my choices actually win. So the first category for the movies is the Best Original Song for the Motion Picture. So we have in this list Elton John, as I said, for the Rocket Man. We also have Beyonce for Spirit, which is for The Lion King. Then we have Taylor Swift for Ghost. Beautiful Ghost, sorry, not Ghost, Beautiful Ghost, which was used for Cats. So, I mean, those three alone are going to be full of star power. We also have Cynthia Erivo for Stand Up, which is the song for Harriet. And then, of course, you have Into the Unknown, which was used for Frozen 2. And this was written, and I think it was the same people who wrote Let It Go for the first Frozen. So yeah, I think this is a category that is just full of Grammy award-winning names. I think 4 out of the 5 nominees have won Grammys. I think this is going to be a toss between Into the Unknown by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez for Frozen 2, and Beautiful Ghosts by Taylor Swift and Andrew Lloyd Webber. I think they would want to give it to Taylor Swift just to see her up there in the stage. And, you know, Golden Globes love celebrities, as I've mentioned, and it will be nice to see Taylor Swift up there receiving an award for movies. So it kind of takes us back to the Adele moment when she won for Skyfall, and for Lady Gaga last year when she won for Shallow. So I think they would want to have Taylor Swift. But if we're gonna go for the who really deserves the award, I think Disney is a staple in this category. So I won't be surprised if Into the Unknown by the Lopez tandem wins. But my final pick here will be Beautiful Ghosts by Taylor Swift and Andrew Lloyd Webber. I mean, they have to throw and give Cats one award at least. It's been getting a lot of hateful comments and a lot of internet bashing. So I think the movie deserves at least one award, and I think this is where it needs to be recognized. So next category is the best screenplay. So for the Golden Globes, they don't actually have an adapted and original screenplay category. So they just merged it into one category, which is quite exciting actually. In a way, it kind of limits the amount of screenplays or that we can, that they can recognize in a year. But actually, it's a good one because it really shows us which particular movie screenplay stood out. So this year we have The Marriage Story, Two Popes, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Parasite, and The Irishman. I think this category is going to be a three-way battle. I think The Irishman, Parasite, and Marriage Story really stands a chance of winning this award. I think the screenplay for Parasite is just outstanding. Of course, it's a foreign language film, but the whole movie itself is groundbreaking, and I won't be surprised. I won't be shocked at all if it starts reaping awards here and there. Any opportunity to actually recognize Parasite, it's gonna be a tough one, a tough movie to beat. So I'm looking forward to that. But my pick for the best screenplay award will actually go to The Marriage Story. So it's Noah Baumbach, who's also the director. So he's been snubbed in the director category. Even though we know that Marriage Story is probably one of the best dramas that ever came out in the last decade. So I think it's a real shame to disregard Baumbach's amazing work for The Marriage Story. So this is probably Golden Globe's way of saying, sorry, we missed you of the best director list, but we're gonna give you the best screenplay award. And it's an amazing screenplay. The argument scene on its own is a cinematic moment. It was cleverly written. I'm running out of adjectives to actually describe how amazing this movie is. So my best screenplay pick will be Noah Baumbach for The Marriage Story. Then we go to the acting categories. First on the list is the Best Supporting Actress. So we have Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell, Annette Bening for The Report. Wow. Laura Dern for Marriage Story. Jennifer Lopez for Hustlers. And Margot Robbie for Bombshell. So this is an interesting category. I didn't see the Annette Bening nomination coming here. I was expecting some sort of I don't know, a double nominations for Scarlett Johansson, for example, for Jojo Rabbit, or Nicole Kidman getting in the list for Bombshell. So this came as a surprise. I think the fact that it came as a surprise also means that Annette Bening will probably have the least chance of winning this category. Kathy Bates, I haven't seen Richard Jewell, but I've read some reviews and I've seen some clips online, and she was amazing. I think it was one of those movies wherein she could easily be the lead actress, but actually they've decided to campaign for her on the Best Supporting Actress category because she will stand a greater chance of getting an Oscar nomination on the Supporting Actress category rather than joining the Best Actress race, which is a little bit crowded at the moment. So I think for the Best Supporting Actress, it will be down to two women. So I think it's Jennifer Lopez for Hustlers, and Laura Dern for Marriage Story. So I think J-Lo, again, she has the star power. So if Golden Globes would like a lot of celebrities, high-profile celebrities winning and giving their acceptance speeches, then J-Lo will be the best choice. Although Laura Dern is a favorite of HFPA. She won for Big Little Lies a couple of years ago. So, you know, she's an amazing actress. She was brilliant and effortless in Marriage Story. So I think it's going to be a toss between the two ladies. I would like to see Laura Dern for Marriage Story winning the Best Supporting Actress award. I think it will be a good boost for the film. It will increase her chance, of course, of winning the Oscars. And I think she was brilliant. So I'm giving my support to Laura Dern. Best Supporting Actor. Okay, so this one is another crowded category. I think we have some big names as well. The funny thing is that the nominees for the supporting actor category from the Golden Globes, not only that they do have the huge star power, but they're also like, you know, old school Hollywood celebrities, like really big names, and any one of them could easily win. They gave some of the career-defining performances, so it's going to be an interesting one. So you got Al Pacino for The Irishman, Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Joe Pesci for The Irishman, and Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes. I've seen all performances, even though The Irishman took forever. I watched it and I thought it was really good, really well done. My problem with Al Pacino and Joe Pesci being nominated in this category is that the voters will be split between the two of them. If they want one of those proper old school veteran Hollywood actors to win, it will be split between Al Pacino and Joe Pesci. And then you throw Anthony Hopkins in the mix for The Two Popes. He was so good in The Two Popes. He could easily be a lead actor contender for The Two Popes as well. Tom Hanks, he was good in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I'm not really sure why he's classified as a supporting actor, considering the movie was about him and is, you know, he has a lot of screen time. I think it was more of a strategic move because the Best Actor category is another crowded race this year. Although I don't think Tom Hanks will win. He's already receiving the special award for the night, which means he will already have a screen time. So I don't think the Golden Globes would want to see him twice up in the stage. If there's an opportunity to award it to someone else, they would. And I think, and not just because he has probably one of the biggest star powers in Hollywood at the moment, but I think Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood will win this award. I'm judging based on his performance. I'm judging based on, of course, HPFA's or HFPA's celebrity desire for celebrities, big celebrities, receiving an award. So I think Brad Pitt stands a great chance of winning this. Now we move to the Best Actress for Comedy and Musical. So Golden Globes, they don't like to split the screenplay between original screenplay and adapted screenplay, but they would like to split the Best Picture, Best Actor, and Best Actress category into two. So you have the Comedy and Musical category, and then you have the Drama category. So for the Best Actress Comedy Musical, you have Awkwafina for The Farewell, Ana de Armas for Knives Out, Cate Blanchett for Where'd You Go, Bernadette, Beanie Feldstein for Booksmart, and Emma Thompson for Late Night. I think there's a couple of surprises here. Emma Thompson for Late Night, brilliant performance, as always. But I didn't see that coming. I think it wasn't an awards show contender. But, it managed to get a spot in that category. And Cate Blanchett for Where'd You Go, Bernadette. So I think Cate Blanchett is becoming the new Meryl Streep. Whenever there's an opportunity to nominate Cate Blanchett, let's nominate her. I'm yet to see Where'd You Go, Bernadette, but I've read reviews and I've seen some clips. It's not her best based on what I've seen and what I've read. But Cate Blanchett is Cate Blanchett. Throw her any role, she'll do it. She was even Cinderella's stepmother and she nailed it. So, So I think this category is down to two. So I think Ana de Armas for Knives Out. I personally didn't like her performance in that movie. I thought it was very lame. But she was the heart of the film. So, and everyone loves a newcomer. Everyone loves a new actress winning and competing with the big names. But I think this one is pretty much guaranteed to be Awkwafina's category. I saw The Farewell. The only thing I love about The Farewell is Awkwafina. I mean, there's a lot of amazing reviews about the movie. I thought the story was very ordinary. I think coming from Filipino movie traditions, for example, that family storyline is so typical that it didn't surprise me. It didn't have any wow factor at all. But I thought Awkwafina was really good. Knowing that she is an amazing comedy actress, to see her on a different side, it wasn't like heavy drama anyway, but it was good. It was good to see her having some serious acting, and she was amazing. She was pretty good. So and I can't wait to see the speech from Awkwafina when she wins. So yeah, I'm giving this one for Awkwafina. Best Actor Comedy Musical. So this one is a little crowded as well. So you have Daniel Craig for Knives Out, Roman Griffin Davis for Jojo Rabbit, amazing. Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Taron Egerton for Rocketman, and Eddie Murphy for Dolomite Is My Name. Oh, this is a tough one. I've seen all 5 performances. I thought all 5 of them were really good. I'm gonna rule out Daniel Craig for Knives Out, although the accent and I mean, if Ana de Armas was the heart of the movie, Daniel Craig was the soul. So he was good, he was funny, but I don't think it's worth of an award. So I'm gonna rule him out. I'm gonna rule out Roman Griffin Davis. He was brilliant in Jojo Rabbit, but I think it wasn't, again, same as Daniel Craig. The performance level is there. It was a brilliant first movie, or first major movie for this young kid. There's a bright future ahead of him. There's going to be so many opportunities for him to win an award in the future. So I don't think this is going to be his year, but a bloody well done on Jojo Rabbit. So that leaves us with DiCaprio, Edgerton, and Murphy. If we're going to go by the category's name of Best Actor Comedy Musical, I think Eddie Murphy should win for Dolomite Is My Name. However, Golden Globes love Leonardo DiCaprio. He's been nominated, I think, 700 million times. He won multiple Golden Globes in the past. He won for Wolf of Wall Street. He won for The Revenant. So he is a Golden Globes favorite. But I think it's going to be down to who really embodied that comedy and musical performance among the 5 nominees. So I'm going to pick Eddie Murphy for Dolomite Is My Name, which actually was his best performance since Dreamgirls. So, and he won for Dreamgirls. So, you know, I'm sure the Golden Globes would want to see him up there in the stage again. There's going to be a lot of funny side notes on his speech for sure. So I think Eddie Murphy should take this one. Then we have the Best Actress Drama. This one is pretty much reflective of what we will see at the Oscars race. I think the 5 here got the strongest chance of getting an Oscar nomination. Maybe Awkwafina for The Farewell can join the league. But for the Golden Globes, we have Renee Zellweger for Judy, Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women, and Charlize Theron for Bombshell. Okay, so the whole world is saying that this is going to be Renee Zellweger's category to lose. I mean, I don't disagree at all. I think Renee Zellweger was amazing in Judy. The only good thing about Judy was Renee Zellweger. So the same thing as the only good thing about The Farewell was Awkwafina. For Judy, it was Zellweger's transformative performance. And that scene when she sang Over the Rainbow, that was really, really good. She did all of her musical numbers and she didn't lip sync at all, so that also added a lot of points. She's supposed to compete in the musical or comedy category, considering that I think half of her performance in the movie was musical or you know, musical number based. But obviously the studio decided to campaign for her on the drama category to really pump up her chances of winning an Oscar. So she's facing some tough competition from Scarlett Johansson from Marriage Story, who, by the way, is so good. I'm sure you've seen the movie, you've seen the trailer, you've seen the argument scene. Scarlett Johansson, she really killed that movie. She really killed that scene. She was the perfect choice for the role. She was just great. And also another one is Charlize Theron for Bombshell. I mean, talking about transformative performance, Charlize Theron also delivered one of the most amazing transformative performance of 2019. When I first saw the teaser trailer for Bombshell, I thought, oh my god, Charlize is gonna kill this one. She's gonna take home the Oscars, etc., etc. Then I saw Judy, and I thought, okay, I think this is gonna be Renee Zellweger's night. I just hope this is not going to be another Glenn Close situation wherein Renee will win all of the Oscars precursors, and come Oscars night, it will end up on someone else's hand. So in this one, I will pick Renee for the Best Drama Actress. We'll see if it's going to be the same situation as last year. Then we have the Best Actor Drama. So we have Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, Christian Bale for Ford vs. Ferrari, and Jonathan Pryce for The Two Popes. All great performances. I've seen all 5. I thought Antonio Banderas was really good in Pain and Glory. I was kind of looking at the acting and at the same time reading the subtitles, but he was great. Jonathan Pryce, I actually prefer Hopkins over Price in The Two Popes, but both of them were equally brilliant. So, Christian Bale for Ford vs. Ferrari, he was the best thing about Ford vs. Ferrari. Actually, one of the best, because the movie in general is actually one of my top 10 films of 2019. So, but he was good. I mean, everything that Christian Bale puts his hands on, and he is always comes out as a really good performance. So, I'm not surprised to see his name up here. But we know, since both Joker and Marriage Story came out, that the Best Actor race for every single award-giving body is going to be a Joaquin Phoenix versus Adam Driver showdown. This is a tough one because Adam Driver is very hot at the moment. He is one of the hottest celebrities in Hollywood. So Golden Globes would want to recognize that. But Joaquin Phoenix, his performance in Joker was actually one of the most talked about performances of 2019. So it will be a shame for any award-giving body not to recognize it. So I'm really stuck and confused between the two. But just because the category is Best Actor for Drama, I would like to see Adam Driver for Marriage Story win this one, because it was probably one of the best dramatic performances of 2019. Joaquin Phoenix's performance was equally good, but I think when you have the word drama there, it emphasizes on the emotions, it emphasizes on drama, the crying, the all the elements that makes a good dramatic performance. I think Adam Driver ticks all the boxes, so I'm gonna give this category to Adam Driver. Then we have the Best Director. So this is the one that I'm really, really annoyed, because I wanted Noah Baumbach for Marriage Story and Greta Gerwig for Little Women to make the cut, but no, they didn't. So we have Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, Sam Mendes for 1917, Todd Phillips for Joker, Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, and Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think it's down to two people. All five filmmakers were made some of the best films of 2019. Each has its own directing style. By the way, there's no women in the category. This is why I want Greta Gerwig to get a nomination, but never mind. So I think it's going to be a toss between Martin Scorsese for The Irishman and Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. I think this is going to be Bong Joon-ho's category to win. It was one of the most socially relevant, well-directed, very pristine and very meticulously done movie. Parasite is one of the most groundbreaking movies of the decade, in fact. So, and I think the story behind Bong Joon-ho's work in Parasite is on its own an amazing feat. I think it's going to be him. Although they might want to recognize Martin Scorsese for The Irishman. I mean, he also did a great job here. So it's going to be the veteran versus the international. So we'll see. But my money is on Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. Now we have the Best Picture Comedy or Musical. So we have Dolomite Is My Name, Knives Out, Jojo Rabbit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Rocketman. If you asked me this question a couple of months ago, I would have said Jojo Rabbit. But now, I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is back on top again. I'm not really sure why it fell in this category. I think it should be on the drama category, but hey, I'm not the producer. But I think this is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's award to take. Would love to see Jojo Rabbit to get some love here. Won't be surprised if Rocketman ends up winning, because actually Rocketman is a pretty decent film. But I think they're not going to do a Bohemian Rhapsody Part 2 this year. So I think this one's going to go to Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And finally, Best Picture Drama. You have 1917, which is actually amazing. The Irishman, very, very long, but very, very good. Joker, everyone loves Joker. Actually, not everyone. The Two Popes, again, this should be in the comedy category. And then Marriage Story. Like, this one is proper drama. So with this 5, I think it's going to be battle of Netflix movies. So it's going to be The Irishman versus The Marriage Story. I don't think Joker will get this one. I think it's too controversial to win a prestigious award as such. I don't think The Two Popes will get this one. I don't think it fits the category. It fits the bill. 1917 could actually win it. It's historic. It's cinematography, the production design, the editing, the sound and visual effects were on point. So that also stands a chance. But I think it's going to be a toss between The Irishman and Marriage Story. I would like Marriage Story to win. It's the Kramer versus Kramer of the millennials. The Irishman, it was good. It ticked all the boxes as well. But I would like Marriage Story to win this one. And it will be great for Noah Baumbach to get the Best Picture award, even though he wasn't nominated for Best Director, which is actually a tough one. Which part of me thinks Irishman will get this because Scorsese is nominated for the Director category. So there you have it. Marriage Story for Best Picture Drama, and Once Upon a Time Hollywood for Best Picture Comedy or Musical. Looking forward to Sunday. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your choices for the Golden Globes. Comment down below, and please make sure you subscribe. And let's all watch the Golden Globes together on Sunday. I'll be watching it. And I'll be making notes, and I'll post a follow-up video with my reaction on who won the different categories. So I'm looking forward to it. And again, thank you very much for watching the video, and please stay in touch and keep those Golden Globes predictions coming. Bye.